Good morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever it is, wherever you are from me, Bishop Bishop. Today I'm going to vermonize about time. And I'm going to do that from this tree that fell in my backyard. I'm sitting on it right now, this past Friday night. This tree was about probably 90 or 100 years old, and it defined my childhood. We moved into this house when I was like 1 year old, and I spent my whole youth growing up in Florida with almost never getting a sunburn because I was playing under the shade of this giant oak tree. Well, it fell on Friday night, and it's going to be cut up, and it'll be gone. And that all makes me think about time. One, because this oak tree is so old, and even its time has passed even, I'd say. But also because the way that a change like that makes it seem as if time has slipped completely away. I mean, that's the weird thing about time, isn't it? The way that it seems both present and absent all at the same time. I know I'm being a little repetitive, but that's just the way it is sometimes when I do these vermins. So, I guess what I want to get at is this tree was such a big part of my life for so long. I swung in a tire swing from it, which we would crank up and then spin around like crazy. And I just spent hours and hours, days, playing under the shade of it. And it's gone now. It's on the ground here, and tomorrow it's going to be cut up and it's going to be shredded down, and that tree won't be here anymore. And it sounds like I'm talking more about death, but I'm really thinking more about time and the way that the absence of that tree will make it seem as if my youth didn't happen. The way its falling becomes like the end of my childhood. Now I'm way, way older than childhood, but there are these certain potent times when you realize you're no longer young, and the tree fallen, along with all these businesses that were part of the landscape of my childhood, closing, well, it all kind of adds up to this disappearance of my past. And that's just the way it works. That's what it means to be temporal creatures, that what was no longer is. And yet, occasionally when we notice it too much or notice it enough, I don't know which way, it unmoors us. We have to be careful. It's not that we go completely crazy once we realize that all these things that we use to mark the passage of time also are worn down. But it does remind us that our time is being used up, however much time we have. And I don't really believe that we have any destined amount of time available to each of us, just that there is a time from the time I was conceived to the time that I will die that's allotted to me, not by some mystic magical fate. I know it's weird that a preacher doesn't really give a crap about mystic magic fate, but I don't. But just that there is some amount of time that will have been marked by my passage in this world. And like the oak tree that I'm sitting on right now, I will disappear. I will die. My time will be up. And there won't be much left over. Even this video trace right here that y'all might be seeing online, or you might be seeing at some exhibition, because I'm making this video for an exhibition that I may or may not get into. These things will be worn down too. They will probably eventually disappear. I tend to agree with Leibniz, I don't know how to say it, that, well, time is kind of a clever monkey concept that helps us stay sort of, what's the right word, rooted, or helps us just sort of deal. It's a story we tell ourselves. Now, it may be that Newton's right, and there really is time outside of ourselves, but this is where I'm kind of agnostic. It doesn't really matter if time, like God, really exists outside of human language. all we can know is the time that we talk about. I mean, all of our instruments and stuff really are just sort of elaborate storytelling devices in some ways. I mean, I'm not saying that there isn't such a thing as science and facts. I'm just saying that however we interpret those facts is in essence a story about those facts. And so, well, here we are, and I just want you to think about what story you might be telling yourself about time. I know I'm kind of rambly, but that's the way I do these things. So, I'd like you to sit for just a moment. I'd like you to sit for a moment and think about time, and I'm just going to be quiet for a minute. So that was about a minute. It's amazing how long a minute seems when you have to pay attention, isn't it? I think that all goes back to the stories that we tell ourselves or our brain tells ourselves. I don't really have much else to say, nothing too deep or profound. So, until next time, take care and keep on keeping on.